Good morning, everyone. How the fuck are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I hope it's been very relaxing. Stop it. My music went weird. Don't do that. Anyways, good morning, David. Good morning, Taco. Hev, holy shit. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving Nana swings for 17 fucking months in a row. I appreciate you. Holy shit. Thursday? Is it Thursday? Holy crap. Welcome to Thursday. I did. I found my leather jacket. I mean, I dressed up. I found my leather jacket. I mean, yeah. I found my leather jacket. Yeah, because David, I don't know if you heard me say this yesterday. The first time I played it by myself without anyone, like, not on stream, I got real creeped out. Like, looking at her face. There's just a few features in her face that are uncannily very similar to my own. And she has the exact heterochromia I have, which it's not rare, but you don't see it often. I don't know. It's like medium. I don't know. It's weird. There's cinematic scenes that zoom in on her face. Thank you. I tore apart my costume closet for this because I couldn't find it. I have two leather jackets. One is a real leather jacket that's for like riding motorcycles and shit so I don't die. And one is this. This is fake leather. This is Jessica Simpson brand, but it's cooler. Thank you, Eliza. It's old though. You can see like it's starting to like shred. The fake leather's falling apart. It's not real shit, but it works. And I mean, there's something about that chick in Control. She looks so much like me. It freaks me out. We have a different mouth. Like, that's the only thing that gives me comfort. My lip is mildly different than hers, and that's it. Just tipped my camera a little bit so I can relax. I forgot my coffee. Hold on. That's what's wrong. I don't have coffee. Load a bowl. Fake leather melts, right? I know. I would never wear this on a motorcycle. Like, this is not a safety jacket. This is fashion leather. Got him. Sorry. I forgot my coffee. I grabbed the other leather jacket. I just wanted to show you the difference between real leather and fake. This is my one I wear when I'm on a motorcycle. You can see, like, this is so heavy. It's easily like it's over 5 pounds. This shit is so heavy, but this is like my legit protect yourself jacket. In case anyone's concerned, I would never wear this shit on a motorcycle. Ever. But that other one's so heavy. Air. I got a fan. Good morning, Dave. Or David. Well, I saw you say David and Crispy, so I said good morning, David. I'm sorry. Good morning, Greg. Also David, but good morning, Greg. Oh, fuck yes. Eliza, how do you feel? Robin Insomniac, you silly fuck. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving an 8 swings for fucking 17 months.
Hail the Dank Lord.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
Take your joy. Thank you. I almost have to shop like short jackets exclusively just because of how short my torso is. Like if I tried on like longer leather jackets that would go all the way to my hip, but I have to get them as big as my hips, and then they're way too big for the rest of my body. So if I get half jackets, they land right before that stupid hip bone. It's cheating, really. It's tall cheating. I highly suggest short jackets if you're a tall person and you deal with this shit like I do. My arm hurts a little and I got some sniffles. Otherwise, okay, good. I'm glad. That's basically what I've heard from most people, Eliza, is that most people have gotten just a sore arm and and like tired. Basically, the next day they're a little bit tired. But other than that, it's been pretty good so far, which is good. Which is good. Jesus Christ. I need a load of bowl, but then we're gonna cheers. I went to bed super late again. I don't know why. I just stayed up until like 1:30. So I'm a little slow. I woke up on time today. I'm fine. I feel kind of like I didn't get a lot of sleep. I feel slow. Kind of crunchy. I like the short leather jackets too. I like that people can see my butt. Just a little gift from me to the other pedestrians. 100% agree. Not even just the butt. They get to see the hips sway. Your hips don't lie in the short jackets. 100% for that, David. I have to clean this. It's so gross. You're very lucky, Mandel. I mean, I don't know. It's always greener on the other side, right? Like, everybody has problems with clothes, I feel like. But for me specifically, it's like, if I buy a shirt that fits, it stops here. I have to buy shirts that are, like, ridiculously big just to be long enough for my body, and then they're balloony, and then I have to edit them. I have the opposite problem. My torso is somewhat long for my height, so if I don't buy long shirts, I can never raise my arms without showing off my belly button. Oh god. That's me. I'm like the opposite with bending over in jeans. Like, because my legs are so long, like my inseam, I think I've told you guys that it's like 35 inches. If I buy jeans, it's 35 inches. Like, nothing else cares about an inseam, but I can't like squat, bend over, sit in a slopey chair, my ass crack will be out. Like, it's guaranteed. I have like infinite plumber's crack if I wear low-rise jeans that aren't long enough. Like, my body's just like, why? It's all ass crack. I'm just my entire ass falls out, and I'm like, okay, I'm just legs, I guess. Giraffes represent. I thought you smoked a cigarette right now? Where? Like 89% torso? Do you guys find it hard finding clothes? Have you tried not having a torso? I have tried not having legs. It doesn't work. Maybe it's the leather jacket, Brittany. Maybe I just look that badass. I dressed up for control, but I couldn't find this jacket. That's why I was a couple minutes late. I was ripping my guest room apart, like just throwing shit trying to find it. It was in my bedroom the whole time. No leg CK. Can you imagine? I mean, if I could just lop off like half my shin, I'd be all right. It would fit. I'm tall and really skinny, so I have to do the same thing. Big and tall, medium fits my arms, but if I raise my hands, I show my belly. Regular medium, raise my arms. The sleeves come up to my elbow and they're way too long. Yep. Clothes aren't made for people. I'm really convinced of that. Mandel, I'm fucking obsessed with it. It's so good. It's really fun. It's scary, but it's fun. I did find money in my jacket. That's so weird that you asked that. There was a $5 bill in the pocket. It's really weird you asked that. I'm not even kidding. I went in my bedroom, put it on, pulled it out, and threw $5 at Zach's face, and when it left. I don't know why, though. Honestly, it should have had Thai money in it. The last time I wore this was in Thailand. Shall we cheers? Oh, yes, I do. What I have ground up right now is, it is Liquid Imagination by Boulder Built. Whatever the fuck that strain is. Liquid Imagination. It says it is 27.6% THC. Liquid Imagination by Boulder Built. That's what I ground up in my grinder. Let us cheer. It is. Surprise Jacket Cash is the best. Everyone knows streamers have CGI legs. Sometimes I wonder, like, because I am so twitchy, I always have to put my leg up. Like, do people freak out and go, oh my god, streamer leg? Women's beauty standards are so unrealistic. They expect us not to have torsos now. We're just a pussy and boobs. A butthole if you're spicy. But I mean, all the shit in between, does anybody really care about it? Chemberry? Is it Chemberry? Yum. I don't know if it enhances my imagination. Let's smoke it. Let's see. I don't know. Stuck on a cord. Ooh, I love sour diesel. Such a fucking good strain. Okay, now we can cheers. Cheers, everybody. It's a good strain, but it's like it's strong. It makes me cough a lot. Yeah, that strain burns. I was smoking this yesterday, I remember too, because it just burns. It's a very burny strain. Whoa. I've started to buy clothes that are decent quality and then have it tailored. Yes, that I think that's the key. Noble, that's the only way to get clothes to fit. That's what I've had to do my whole life. Literally, I have to buy pants that are way too long and I just get them hemmed. I like for my like you were saying with t-shirts, you guys have like the raise your arms belly problem. For me, it's like my hips and my butt. My I'm really tall, but I'm thick. Like I'm not scrawny. Like I got like thigh. And so if I get jeans that fit my legs, I have like a 3-inch gap right here, like right at my waist. Like it just does, there's literally just like this huge gap. And if I get it to fit my waist, I feel like I'm shoved into a sausage casing too tightly. You know what I mean? Like it's so annoying. So you get high waisted or you gotta get them. The problem with high waisted is like, I don't have, I mean, I have a waist. I don't have a torso. So I could what oh my god. I think I've shown you guys before. I have some shorts that are like high-waisted, but they literally go to my nipples. Like that's high-waisted pants on me. They're not cute cinched in at the waist. They go up to here cuz I don't got any space. So it's really hard to pull those ones off. Dress shirts, yep, dresses for me always, because I have to buy them, like, 5 sizes too big just to have length so my ass cheeks don't hang out. Or you lean to alter garments yourself, that's what I do. I learned how to al I don't pay anyone to tailor my clothes. My mom taught me how to sew when I was in middle school because I couldn't find clothes to fit myself. Like, I remember I had a school dance, and I couldn't find a dress. Like, nothing like, I was basically already 6 foot tall, so I had to shop in, like, adult sizes, and I was so depressed about it. Like, I cried. I bawled my eyes out. I'm like, "Why am I so broken? Why am I a monster?" And my mom was like, "You're not a monster," and she taught me how to sew, so I know how to use a pattern and, like, sew my own dresses. Dresses are fucking the easiest form of clothing. It's literally a sack you pull over your head. They're incredible. My hips and butt are too big too, but I hate the feeling of it, right? Like, the feeling I feel like I get sick. If something, like, pushes on my midline right here, like denim, I get, like, like, not a stomach ache, I get nauseous. Like, there's a weird nerve there or something. I don't like it. I bring back low rise, please. I want them. Men's skinny jeans are amazing for a still feminine cut. Plus, you can choose waist, width, and length if you have no butt. I'm sorry, Eliza. I'm not trying to out you. I just have to throw that in there because I've definitely tried that. If you are blessed with no ass, that is the absolute way to go. Unfortunately, men's pants have no room for butt. Women's pants don't have room for ass. Are you kidding me? It doesn't work for me. I mean, I can't, I literally, it'd be the sausage casing. I feel like a sausage casing. Maybe you're meant to tuck your tits into those. Stop it. I totally would. I totally would. Is that a challenge? Shitty part for women is they keep changing your style and every style is a different body type. That and honestly, like I would say across the board, has anyone ever had a perfect experience trying on clothes? I don't. I have this like I feel like clothes are created for this one very very specific mannequin that they have, and anyone outside that mannequin, we just deal with it. Or you live with stretchy clothes. What is this? Spandex, like stretchy clothes that just it doesn't matter what size they are, they're gonna fit. Like I feel like that's the way fashion is for everybody, though. I used to just get up all on myself and be like, it's all about tall. But now that I have a lot of friends who are like 5 foot adults, they have the exact same issues on the opposite spectrum. Nothing fits ever. And like I know women who have huge boobs, nothing fits. Like they can't buy a women's shirt for the life of them. My sister Katrina, she was the one of us who just got fucking udders. She had huge boobs. And I remember when we were in high school, my mom would buy her like button up like old lady blouses because it was the only thing that would go around her boobs and not like split the buttons open. And then she would take in the waist, like hem them in and make them fit her. But it was like nothing fits you if you got fat sacks on your chest. I'm glad I have tiny boobs for that reason because I can squeeze into a lot of shit. Oh my God. Do you think anyone would have a fetish for like nipples tucked into pants? I had someone write me a message and request farting videos, and I felt so bad. I felt like I was like lying, but I don't fart. Like, what do you say? Like, I would love to, but I physically don't fart. I'm sure they're like, oh, I don't want them to ever be embarrassed. I don't want anyone to be embarrassed about your fetish if it's like a consensual adult, you know. You do your thing. You do you, boo boo. I ain't here to shame, but I can't fart. I swim in anything but skinny jeans, BDO, just so much fabric. I kind of feel that way about a lot of t-shirts. Like every shirt I own, pretty much, like 99.9% of all the t-shirts I own are like fitted, like spandexy, stretchy t-shirts because it's impossible to find anything that fits. So if I just get spandex, it'll fit. Like if it has stretchy in it, it'll fit. But with my body type, like it's not worth the effort. I don't care. I just don't care that much about it to like put that much effort into it. You know what I mean? There is a fetish for everything and I'm here for it. Chest styles or chesticles. Chesticles. Did you know that humans are the only mammal to have boobs when we're not having a baby? I think about that far too often. Every other animal gets titties to have babies and then the titties dry up. Humans, we get titties as bait. Weird. So, talking about fetish, would you pee on someone? No, I don't think so. It's too messy. I don't like mess. Like scat play, fluids, vom, food. I don't want fucking food in my bed or fluids. Nah. Delicious, delicious bait. I mean, amen to that. Like, give me some titties to motorboat or just like gently lay my face in and suffocate to death any fucking day. No. They're wonderful, but really, it's kind of fucking weird if you think about it. Good morning, Ensville. How are you? I have 2 leather jackets. Look at this. I even brought out my motorcycle one to show everyone the difference. I grew up on motorcycles, and if you ride motorcycles and you don't have a good leather jacket, you shouldn't have a motorcycle. You're gonna die. I don't mean to be like fucking fucked up about it, but I grew up on dirt bikes and motorcycles, so I have like leather. It's the way you not die. I don't want to have my arms skinned off if I fall. I peed on a guy once, but only because we were in the shower. In the shower, sure. But I mean, it's not my vibe, right? Like I wouldn't want to like get up on him and make out after I'd peed all over him. I'd be like, you have to go bathe now. You have my pee on you. Maybe it's because evolution knew that eventually humans would just like each other and had to give bait in order for the survival of the species. I wonder. I've thought about it in terms of like smell and pheromones. Like I think there's a lot of species out there that are like dimorphic, meaning the females look different than the males, or when they're in heat, like when a cat's in heat, they do that like meow and stick their ass in the air. And the animals have all sorts of signs when they're in heat, but humans, we kind of have shitty senses. Like our eyes and our nose, we're not that top. We can't smell pheromones from across the forest and know someone's like in heat. So maybe you had to like be laying there and just see some titties jiggle to know it was time to get down. I don't know. I've thought about it a lot though. I think it's for attracting the opposite sex, but really, they're a comfy reminder of when we were young. At least for me, they are. Dude, I'd love to lay on a set of titties. Tired, boo. My dad's home from the care center ostensibly for 2 weeks, but we'll see. He's got his own room there now, so he can fuck off back to it if he gets good, if he gets to be not viable. How are you? Tired. I was up really late for no reason. Like one of those nights where my mind wasn't going crazy. I was laying down, totally relaxed, and I just could not pass out. I don't think I went to sleep until like 2. So I'm like, I feel like I woke up on time this morning. I don't feel like I'm rushed. I just feel kind of groggy. Like, where your thoughts feel a little not in order. I've like, what did I do this morning? I punched the same shelf on accident 3 times in a row just trying to put something in the shelf, and I was like, "So this is what exhaustion is. Get in the shelf." That kind of more it's just tired. Yeah. And this is your sign to clean your dirty ass bong. A fucking men. You know this is fake leather. I'm telling you guys, if you like leather jackets and you like the way they look, go for pleather. Not even kidding you. This was $60. Granted, I bought it at a mall. It's like Jessica Simpson brand. I bought it like 20 years ago. But I remember it was like $60. This one, $450. But you don't need this if you're not riding motorcycles on freeways. Like this doesn't really serve a purpose unless you're crashing on asphalt. You know what I mean? That's what these are. That's why this looks like this. That's why they are that way. Pleather, dude. It's lighter. It's cooler. Like if you're someone like me that can just heat up at a moment's notice, like your heart turns into a dwarf sun, leather is a hellscape. It's basically putting on another layer of skin. I'd look at some pleather shit. It's great. It looks nice, and you didn't kill a cow, and it doesn't cost $450. But this isn't. I wouldn't wear this on a motorcycle. This isn't meant to save my life. I did it because control. Good morning, Kinger. How are you, love? Good morning, Alchemy. I woke up yesterday and checked my Twitter feed, and the first thing I see is Thirst Trap. You're welcome. Needed my morning shower to cleanse my sweaty self, and it's all your fault. I don't feel bad. Should I feel bad? Everyone loves titties. Have you ever met someone that's like, I'm not a fan of soft, perfect little mounds of fatty flesh? No. I follow a lot of thirst traps myself on Twitter. I like to look at pretty things first thing in the morning. Why not? It's way better than looking at people just complaining. Like, I know that there's a lot of things going on with, like, Twitch right now and shit, and a lot of Twitter is just, like, everyone's hot take all day. Why not sprinkle in some titties and ass? It will lift your mood. I'm just saying. If it's consensual and adult, I don't see a problem. Cheers to boobs. Exactly. Well, David, if you're gonna wear any kind of leather, basically you're accepting an animal died, right? It's rough. I like this because it's nice for hotter weather for when it's warmer, and this one protects me from dying. To each their own. But yeah, I mean, pleather. What is it? What's the actual word for it? It's not pleather. It's like Oh my god, LZT would know. What do they call it? It's got another name, and it's like pieced together in shreds. But I think it is made out of the gelatin of sea turtles. It's literally shredding. This shit's so old. Anyways, hi Mayo, how are you, love? Shall we play some Control? This game is I'm obsessed. I can't stop thinking about it. It's really fucking good. Not Nagahide. There's some. It's like I wonder if it's on the tag. I want to say. I keep thinking PVC. It is PVC, but there's something. There's another word for like not leather, and I'm just LZT would know. I think it might be on the. If this is really old, the tag might not have anything on it. Hold on. What's my tag say? Nothing. It does say Jessica Simpson still. um. Anything? Oh, it actually tells me what it's made of. It doesn't have the word I was looking for, but it says the shell face 100% polyurethane, shell backing 100% viscose, lining 100% polyester, fill 100% polyester. There you go. It doesn't have the word I was looking for, though. There is a word. Boo! I don't know. There is a word for it, but I don't know. Polyurethane, was that the one? Did I read that? My brain is very slow today. Yeah, polyurethane. Maybe that is it. Maybe my brain's just that dumb today. I don't know. I don't know. And you tell me I'm pretty. Yuck. All the plastics, yeah. Which means terrible for the environment, not sustainable. I mean, I've had this one. How old am I? 26 years. Wow. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. 24 years. No, I haven't. I'm doing math wrong. My brain is really tired. I think I've had it for about 20 years. And it looks new. Like, look, I've never crashed a motorcycle on asphalt. I should say that. I'm not an idiot. But it looks new. Like, do you see any? I mean, it barely even looks like I've worn it. You know what I mean? Whereas this one's maybe 6 years old and it's just like shredding on the inside. So, very expensive, but you'll die in it. I mean, literally or figuratively. Not to bring up dark places. You know what I mean? I think I got this one for a costume or something. I don't remember. Decades. I got it when I got my first motorcycle in high school. So that's what I was trying to think. Was I 16 or 18? I don't remember. It was high school that I got that. When my dad started getting into hogs and he got an Indian and another motorcycle. I can't remember. Some other big hog motorbike. And my mom is terrified of motorcycles, which, not to be dark, I have 2 siblings dead from car accidents, but my mom's all like, motorcycles are the worst thing ever. I'm like, okay. Which rightfully so. I mean, motorcycles are pretty scary. They can be very you can die on anything, really. Highways are scary. But when my dad started taking us out on his motorcycles on the roads, my mom was freaking out. So we all got leather to protect ourselves. Because we grew up on dirt bikes, so I have dirt bike gear. Like I had like, chest plates and shin plates and boots and stuff, but I'd never had like a leather jacket. We had those jackets that had like plating built into them. Hi, Dallas. How are you, love? Right, Alk? And that thing will live forever. I guarantee that jacket will never, like, as long as you keep it in a dark closet where it's not like getting exposed to moisture and it's not like getting wet and drying over and over and over where the leather's gonna get cracky, shit's gonna last forever. It's crazy. If you ride bikes, you either pay for good protective gear or skin grafts or a funeral. My brother one time, thank fuck he was wearing gear, but I've never forgot one of the scariest like motorcycle accidents that ever happened in our family. I think it was a holiday because we were all at my uncle Bob had the big house that all the family would always congregate at, and he had a dirt bike track because my whole family we're very redneck and we grew up on dirt bikes. And he had a big dirt bike track with a double jump, and it was I can't even I'm trying to think how big it was. It was big. Like, it was big enough for 5 dirt bikes to be going around it at full speed and never lap each other. It was huge. He had a lot of property, but it had a double jump, and we were all sitting. He had like it was like a 2-story house with a loft, and it had a wraparound deck, and we were all sitting on the wraparound deck, looking out over his property, whatever. And you can see the dirt bike track in the background. It's pretty far away though. It wasn't that close to the house. And my brother Corey, the short one, goes off a jump and just goes straight down into the middle of a double jump. And we watched it. I mean, it was so scary. I've never seen my family move faster. Like, suddenly they were not on the deck. They were on the ground floor running across the grass as fast as possible. Like, all my uncles, because they legitimately thought he snapped his neck and died. One of the scariest things ever. But he had helmet protection on. He had a real helmet, so when his neck crooked, the helmet supported so his neck didn't fucking snap. Like, he was wearing gear and everything, but fuck, dude. It's in my family, either you get hurt or you die. It's crazy. Thankfully, horses got me and not a double jump. Everyone should make the choices they feel are correct. I 100% agree. I just know I feel flip-flopping on what I think is better, so I wouldn't judge how people feel either way. Me either, David. I was just agreeing. I feel the same. I flip-flop on stuff like that because I have, like, leather purses. I have a leather my little backpack, that's my purse I carry around, is all leather. And I am someone who's, like, mostly vegetarian, and it's not really ethical. It's mostly because I don't like meat, but there is a part of me that knows about, like, the factory farming industry and how fucking disgusting that is in America, and I don't like feeding into that. But also, when you're buying plastic-based shitty clothes that don't last very long, you're creating immense amounts of garbage by, throwing away your pleather jacket and buying a new one every 10 years versus, like Elk's hubby having one fucking handed down from the 70s. Like, it will never go in a landfill. You could probably boil and eat that jacket in an emergency. You know what I mean? And so it's like, yes, a cow died for it. Or I'm gonna like commit to filling landfills with shit stuff. I'm that way, David. I tend to like a lot of the clothes I have are like what I would say are dumb expensive, but they're stuff from like REI, which I don't know if you guys have that over there. It's like clothes that are investment clothes that will fucking last until I die. Like hardcore knits and stuff that are not fast fashion. I don't know another term for that, but fast fashion is one I've heard a lot. It's just that cheap clothes you can wear like twice and it falls apart in the washer. Not that, because I don't want to. I hate shopping. I don't ever change the way I look. Like I have looked the exact same way my life. Like I settled in high school and I still look the same. I don't move with fashion or anything like that. So I just like to get stuff that's gonna last forever and looks decent. It's like I don't want to say generic, but it's almost timeless. It doesn't have some brand across my tits or some fucking absurd whatever. I would wear a cow if the cow was also made into steak and burgers. Amen to that. This was actually leather from, I think, one of my family's leather businesses, which is fucking weird. My family has a butchering business, and they, someone buys the skin from them and does the leather, and I think this actually came, I don't remember. It's been way too fucking long. They didn't do it, but it came from their cows. Thank you, Magnissimo. Oh my gosh, did you get to see Control yesterday? I was far too into the game, I don't remember. But I started playing this game called Control. And it's really fucking good. But when I started playing it the night before by myself just to feel it out, see what it was like. The girl in it gave me a very creepy, uncanny, oh, I look a lot like that person feeling. And I told Stream about it, and Stream was like, really? And then it did this cutscene and closed in on her face. She has the exact same eyes as me, like the same heterochromia weird shit. And it's just, there are a few very strange things about her appearance that make me very uncomfortable. And she wears a leather jacket, and I was like, guys, I have a leather jacket. I'm gonna fucking whip it out tomorrow and get real weird with it. Let's get weird. The only thing is I have blue hair. I couldn't really cover that up. It is. Oh, Mag, it's creepy. If you look it up, but the game is so fucking good, Mag. If you've never seen this game, first thing, it's third person, so you don't have to worry about getting dizzy. It's like a shoot 'em up, RPG, but it's third person, which is really dope. But it's kind of like a more realistic, more modern BioShock is what it feels like to me. It's like Twilight Zone-y, kind of like that unexplainable, but it's not set in like a mystical land. It's set in like today. It's set in like modern day, whatever. It's set in this day. What is SCP? I heard that a lot. What does that mean, Psycho? What up, Uki? How are you, love? Tunnel snakes. Tunnel snakes are die. Yeah, I wear baggy lounge trousers and a polo shirt. Yep. Depending on the season, David, I'm the same. I have like a uniform. Like if it's summer, if it's hot, shorts and a t-shirt. If it's cold, leggings, tank top, and a sweater. Like a camisole, like something like this. Because I gotta have layers. I gotta be able to unlayer, but that's it. Like I'm not changing. So I don't want to buy into the fast, changey shit. I got no investment there. Mag, I think about you all the time. You're one of the first people that brought to my attention something like that. That some people legit can't watch a game because they get ill just by the view of it. You're the first person that ever actually just told me something like that. And I think about it a lot now. Just to be considerate, because there are some games like Subnautica that make you fucking nauseous. When you're just spinning in first person, Jesus Christ. Same with shoes. I buy secondhand ones from collectors on. I love buying secondhand shoes. I go to like the thrift stores and shit all the time. Broken in shoes are the best. The actor from Control is modeled after a real life actor. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, everyone in that game has to be. It's too awesome looking. I never looked into the game and always just thought it was first person until yesterday when I saw you play. Me too. The only thing I knew about it is all my close friends told me they wanted me to play it so bad. Like, Classy Pax has almost borderline bullied me about playing Control for years now, since it came out. He, like, every time he comes into my channel, he's like, have you played Control? Do you want to play Control? Did you play it yet? Can I, like, all the time. And he plays amazing games, and we all know Classy. He's got incredible taste, so, you know, fuck it. I had to. Hi, Genova, how are you, love? Subnausea, Jesus Christ, no shit. One-Inch Man, dude, thank you. I've literally, this is like just going like 2.5 years without a haircut. That's all I did. It's a gift. The SCP Foundation is a fictional secret organization documented by the collaborative writing wiki project of the same name, with the abbreviation standing for Special Containment Procedures within the website's shared universe. The Foundation's responsible for capturing and containing various paranormal, supernatural, and other mysterious phenomena unexplained by mainstream science. Yes. That sums it up. Oh. The pups are so excited Dad's awake. So excited.
I was in the bathroom, and they came in, and they're all excited because I'm, up and walking around.
Of course.
And Trek comes up, and he sneezes on my crotch. He just walks over and he goes, like right on my crotch, and then he does it again. He goes, I'm like, twice.
Like while you're
Twice.
pissing? Did you use the bidet to bidet off your dick? He said no, I wiped it on his fur. God damn, that's beautiful. Ouch. His hair, true. Yeah, they don't have fur. His hair. Is that how you get crotch rot? I don't know. I think it's a gift. Millie used to do that. She used to come up really close to my face and sniff me, give me a little kiss, and then just sneeze in my eyes. I think dogs, it's like their way of saying, I love you. And just like that, there's your story for the day, guys. You're welcome. Isn't it unfair how good he looks just rolling out of bed? Like, all he did was put a shirt on. I look like I've come out of being waterboarded when I wake up in the morning. I don't understand it. Wash your damn self. I mean, amen. Spraying dog germs is loving. Dogs and cats do a little sneeze thing when they're playing. Yeah, it's kind of how they, like, come at me. It's like a little tease, isn't it? I love you. Now here's your daily dose of dog snot. You want another? You're welcome. 1-Inch, he'd probably let you. He's very open, as long as you asked first. Today's story, how Zeke's nuts get buttery? Oh.
Get the fuck out.
Allow yourself to be penetrated. Be penetrated by everything and everyone that is good in this life.
I have peace in my soul. Be penetrated. He always looks like he rolled out of bed, so it makes sense. Fuck, is that it? Is that why everyone likes bedroom eyes? That's not fair. This seems unfair. That's why dogs go when they get all hyper. It's them saying, I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm playing. Oh, that's kind of precious. Are you guys adjusting your lifestyle to brace for the upcoming cut? I don't live lavishly. I don't know if that was apparent. Does it seem like I live like I should be cutting back my lifestyle? You know, everybody's so wrapped up, like very, very heated, and I get it. But letting shit I have zero control over phase me doesn't assist anyone. We survive, we prevail, we move on. It is the way of things. That's the risk I take in this career job. You know what I mean? Thank fuck I have a backup income due to my sweet ass. But yeah, it does not do to dwell. What am I gonna do? All I can do is bitch, and that's not fun. There's a lot bigger things going on in the world, like the Russian-Ukraine war and Trump trying to run for things and all that, to worry about than I gotta pick up work somewhere else, I guess. You know what I mean? That might sound super dismissive, but that's it. I've thought about it a lot. Like, that's literally where I just come from with it. There's nothing else you can do. Spending your time just crying doesn't do much. I look like someone trapped in a basement for months when I first wake up. The sunlight scare me. I look gross. Same. Pillow marks, drool crusties. Oh yeah, like hair knotted right here for some fuck. Like, did I noogie myself all night? Nobody knows, but it's happening. Yeah. Same. I am not a cute waker upper in any way, shape, or form. Mayo, do you not follow me on Twitter? If you spend a lot of time worrying about things out of your control, you'll just drive yourself into anxiety-fueled meltdown. Exactly. Amen. What is the Chuck Palahniuk? Oh God, I love it. It's one of my favorite quotes ever. I know people are so polarized on Fight Club. I really like that movie and the book. The ability to let all that which does not matter truly slide. I try to embrace that a lot. And it's not that it doesn't matter, but I have zero control over it. So, I mean, what am I going to do? Roll with the punches. And I mean, I'll probably be working on other projects a lot more often, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Mayo, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Rocks are cool. Twitter's a terrible place. I wouldn't go there honestly, I made Twitter the day I made Twitch. As just like, I didn't know how else to communicate with people because Discord didn't exist yet. I wake up and look like I was in a fight. It did not go well. Same. Literally, Genova, my eyelids, my eyelid part is always so puffy and swollen when I wake up in the morning that my eyes are like this. Until I wash my face and the fluid drains out of my eyelids. I always look like I've been fucking punched in the nog, and I don't know why. Hi, Catboy Thighs. How are you? Oh, that's okay. My husband does that worrying about climate change, and I keep saying there's only so much we can personally do. Right? I say the same. I worry about it, but I don't let it take up all of my mental facilities. I do what I personally can. I try so hard not to create a ton of personal trash. We have a trash service every week. We usually don't have to put our trash out until every 3 weeks. We don't have enough trash because I'm constantly repurposing things, reusing things, recycling. I break down all the cardboard, all the bottles. I do what I personally can, but getting up in other people's shit about it or shaming other people or whatnot doesn't help anything. Or just I'd rather listen to the comedians that have funny jokes about it than anything. My husband, oh yeah. The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck. I might have that book. I have a book it's like The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I have that book somewhere on my bookshelf. I've seen it recently. I don't think I ever read it, but I do own it somewhere. I already don't give fucks. I need to learn how to give a lot more fucks. The End of Fight Club with the Pixie song playing is one of my oh my god, Mag. When they played that song, when I saw them in London, my sister and I just screeched. We both just went, ah! I did not think they would play that song in any way, shape, or form. I didn't know I was seeing Pixies when I went. We went to go see Pearl Jam, and Pixies was just a super exciting surprise. Yes. Oh my god, Mag, they were the openers for fucking Pearl Jam. I know. We didn't know. I know. It was one of so it was a festival, and so we were walking around, and honestly, every band that played at this festival was great. It was all kind of older 90s bands that were British and American on little stages across the festival, the park, Hyde Park. It was really fun, but it was 90 degrees in London when there's no wind. It was fucking stifling. So we were just walking to try to create our own breeze in circles, waiting for Pearl Jam to start. And Sorry, bud. You had a bad eye booger. I had to get it. We noticed people were like gathering at the main stage like really early, which had exactly 0 shade. The main stage literally is just like sun on you, and it was hot. I mean, not just like, oh my god, those little Brits and they can't handle it. No, it was bitches from Baltimore. Shit was hot. It was stifling. Sarah and I were like making sure to check each other to be like, have you drank water? Have you? Because you could see the sweat just running off because we were just in the sun and there was no wind. It was really bad. And people were gathering towards the stage out of nowhere. And then that was the first song they played. Let me just put it on. In case you guys don't know what fucking song we're talking about. This one. They opened, like all the people were just standing casually in the sun. And then this started. And my sister and I just stopped walking. And we're just like, because it was them. Like, it was Pixies on the stage, and I just fucking died. Oh, it was magic. The whole thing was pure Like, the whole trip was just absolutely, like, soul refreshing. And they sound exactly the same. I mean, how old is this song? I don't want to know. Let's not talk about it. Let's just talk about the fact that they still sound exactly the same and their voices are immaculate. What do you want from me today? What's up? I don't want to crush your head in my chair. You have to come say hi. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Bubba. Did you sneeze on Dad's balls? He's a good boy. You sneeze on Dad's balls. Yeah. You get Dad's balls. Yeah. You tell him what's up. Were you like, Dad, not to today? Yeah, that's my boy. He's such a good boy. I love my boy. Oh, it was amazing. London's super fun. If you've never been, London's a wonderful city. Oh my god, in your late teens you went to see No Doubt, and I had no idea. Garbage. Oh my god. I've still never seen Shirley Manson in any capacity live, and it ruins my soul. We need to take a break, obviously. Give me a second, guys. I've never seen Shirley Manson. I did see No Doubt on accident, though. That was another accidental show. I was at Bumbershoot in Seattle, circa 1999. Ish, 99, 97. And I don't think you had to buy tickets to the shows at that time. Like, this was back when Bumbershoot was still fun and artsy. Like, if you had a ticket to go to Bumbershoot, every single show going on, you just walked in and merged into the crowd and you were in it. And we were planning to go see Sheryl Crow. I'm a huge Sheryl Crow fan. And the same stage Sheryl Crow was on, all of a sudden I hear, I'm just a girl in the world. And I was like, what? And it was just fucking No Doubt, like randomly playing. Like, people just started rushing the stage because no one had any idea they were going to be there. It was wild. Bumbershoot is like a made up festival. It's like if you had Burning Man in Central Park. It's so weird. I think it's done. Like, the city can't pay for it anymore because they just started trying to charge it. They tried turning it into like a Coachella, basically, and it is not. It's Seattle. Like, you're never going to turn the home of Nirvana into Coachella. I'm sorry, it's not working that way. But they tried, and they just made it way too expensive. Like, they were booking, Beyonce level headliners and shit like that, and that's not what it used to be about. It was like those surprise people would show up, but most of the time it was like hippy dippy bands, and artists would build these huge paper mache structures that were like, that year I think they were the sins, like the 7 deadly, or the deadly sins. Is it 7? I don't know. The 7 deadly sins, and they were as big as a hotel. I mean, they were huge. They were multiple stories, and you could write a wish on a piece of paper and put it in a bucket, and they would dump it into the head of these giant statues at the end of the day, and then they burned them. They lit all of them on fire and let your wishes burn into the sky while you listen to music. Like, that's what Bumbershoot used to be. And I think it's gone now. It's kind of sad. It's just dead. Like, the city was just like, we can't afford it because you ruined it. My big hairy spider, this one, I can move. I like bent all the legs so it's clung onto that cage, but I can move my camera up so you can see the whole thing. I have 3 of them. One's on my mailbox, and I'm still getting mail, so that's a good sign. But yeah, I haven't named it yet. But this is my lovely spood, and I'm really into it. I got it at the thrift store. But it's got, like, those like bendy wire legs. So I bent him onto this enclosure so he wouldn't come off. So he's kind of fucking stuck. I could call him Aragog. Kind of looks like Aragog. And I like him. He's cute and he's fuzzy and soft. Camera was tilting. Just noticed it. I know. I got they're Halloween decorations meant to go like outside on your house, and I wrapped one of them on my post around my mailbox. It makes me laugh. But I kept one for myself because he's cute and he got little red eyes and he just wants to say hi. I haven't been here regularly in like a year, and I still see names I recognize from ages ago. Catboy. I mean, community doesn't mean you have to be here every day all the time. Like, you know those friends that you can like go a year without talking, and when you call them up, it's like you fall straight back into the same relationship, like the same friendship. I feel like that's what streams should be. Like, that's where I'm comfortable. Like, I should be able to come into a stream after, just like not having time for a year and feel good and not feel like, oh, I didn't pass the test for this level of where the stream's gone, or like, I wasn't here for the rise of so-and-so streamers, so I feel out of the, I don't like that. I always want this to be like chill as fuck because the world is too uptight. Like, we don't need to bring that to the internet. Crispy, thank you for gifting a sub to Catboy Thighs, you silly fuck.
Hail the Dank Lord. Catboy, refresh the channel.
So you don't have to suffer ads, as you know. Did I make you feel like poo-poo? Because I'll kick me if you like. Wait, who feels like poo-poo? He just wants a hug, right? Harry Larry. Oh, I like that. It's Harry Larry. What's his name? Harry or Larry? Is it like Harry Larry? Like Katie Renee? Or like a first name, middle name? Or is it like descriptor Harry Larry? I like it. It's confusing. I don't want to say what it is. We're just going to leave it out. We're going to leave it open to interpretation. Oh my god, Adam, do you have the link? I blasted it the other day while Senior Moose is in here, and he like got scared and ran away. But yes, if you have that link, I would love to show everyone. I need to pee really bad already, and I need to take a break. But so, if you guys like to be a kind person, do you guys like special effects makeup? Do you like cosplay? Do you appreciate Jessica Nigiri's fucking... Then do me a favor and vote for a personal friend of mine who's currently in a contest for said activities. It's not Jessica Nigiri. We are not personal friends, although she did tweet back at me one time and it was fucking fantastic. If you've ever seen the work, the sheer amount of sweat, blood, and tears that goes into creating not just special effects makeup, but like full on cosplay, like the armor, the foam board, the swords, the everything. Cinemus's partner does this like on a phenomenal scale. This is the link where you can go vote for her. One vote is free, or you can donate to a charity and vote like 100 times. I did because I'm crazy. But go to Scare Vote and see how down here. You can pay to vote extra. It goes to the Andrew McDonald's Foundation, or you can vote for free. Totally vote for free. Just give me the free vote. Please vote. We got to lift up our own. Like, come on now. We got to like, if you've seen me do shit like this, the amount, like, it takes, let me see. To do something like this, I mean, Senior Moose could probably correct me on this. I would say this took 13 hours of sitting, at least. Just sitting and sticking it on and waiting for it to dry. Not even the makeup, just getting it to dry to the point where you can put makeup on top of it would take hours. I know liquid latex. It's a living fucking nightmare. It's so fucking beautiful. Like, work like this is... There's just no words for it. It's way too... Where did my link go? Oh, we were going to take a break. That's why. Let me pull it up again. Sorry. I don't know why it went out. I wanted to show you the other ones. There they are. They're just... I mean, come on. I couldn't even say, like, just the makeup alone would take 8 hours, let alone the headdress, creating the headdress and doing all the barnacle work. I have no idea. She's phenomenal. I don't like entering contests, and I don't like being judged. Otherwise, I would say vote for me. So, since it's impossible to vote for me, and I don't want you to, we're going to vote for a friend. Right? The attention to detail, and, like, the shadowing with different colors just gives that... It's, like, alive. I don't know another word for it, but you know what I mean? like she's contouring, but like with another species skin tones, and it makes it come alive. All of her work like this looks alive. And it's just, come on. You can't not appreciate the art in this and the amount of time it takes. And this is the thing. You guys have seen me do shit like this. Just real talk, real quick. You remember when I did like the anatomical heart? I built a heart on my chest out of foam cotton balls and like paper towels and fucking liquid latex over the course of like 13 hours. The moment you get pictures taken, you just go take it all off and throw it away. All of it. You go lay in a bathtub or you smother yourself in Vaseline and wait for it to soak off. All of your work. It's the weirdest form of art. It's weirder than even like doing hair. Like hair is kind of a temporary form of art. Nails are a temporary form of art. Special effects and makeup are a day at most. I mean, max you're going to get a day and you have to, I mean, it's just destroyed. All of it. Anytime there's liquid latex involved, like the one that's on the screen right now, this mouthpiece is, I don't know for a fact, but it looks like it's built with liquid latex and other prosthetics, and that it's been put on with spirit gum. When she uses the remover to take this off, it's garbage now. This is all garbage. It's done. It's just trash. It's disgusting. It's sticky. It's fucking smells. It's got your dead skin peeling off inside of it. It's gross, but it's all garbage. And that's like, you know what I mean? You got to throw respect at people that are willing to put so much work into something that at the end of the day, you just step on it and throw it in a garbage. It's wild. You know what I mean? So, like, help out a friend, give it a vote, register, do what you need to do. I'm going to post the link again a bunch of times, but I'm going to take a break because I got to pee. Every couple of hours, I take a break, and I suggest you take a break, and we get ads out of the way, and we pee, and we stretch, and we do all the things. So do all the things. I'll be back in a few. Pee after sex and self-loving. It's important, and UTIs are the not good. I'm so sorry. I restarted the song because it was fucking glitching. But great song. Enjoy. Welcome back. Everyone, did you enjoy your song? I hope so. The next one's hilarious. Welcome to the internet. Welcome back, everybody. Isn't that such a fucking good song? I think someone sent me a video of 3 dudes dancing to that song, and I can't remember who sent it to me, but it made me cry laughing. It might have been on Reddit. Fuck, I don't remember. The pee was wonderful, thank you. No one sneezed on my crotch, but I don't normally pee with the door open. I don't like the dogs being in my thighs when I'm peeing. Tank! I cosplayed for Control today. I had one item that I was like, bitch, I got it. Let's go. I also washed my hands. It was terrible. For some reason, like, I think we have like water saving faucets or something, but it takes forever to get hot water to come out of the faucets sometimes. The shower, immediate. You turn it to hot, your shower's hot immediately, but the sink, and so I sit there and I turn it on before I go pee, just trying to get the hot water to come out because my hands are so cold all the time that putting them in ice water is like a death sentence for my joints. So I like turn the faucet on, crank it to the hottest possible, pee, hope to God it's just lukewarm by the time I'm done peeing. It was cold. It was bad. It was cold. Beck! I mean, wouldn't you sub to a streamer for music you can just go to YouTube and listen to free for on your own? To vaccinate your kids. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? All of the time. Empathy is a tragedy and more is a crime. All of the time. I love Bo Burnham. He's so funny. He just kills me. Ooh, I found pics of my first 2 cars at 16 and I'm crying because I would literally give my balls to get him back. Oh, I totally get that. No, it's cool. There's no such thing as late. You arrive precisely when you're meant to arrive. I don't believe this is hanging out, man. There's no such thing. There's no fucking time. You're cool. I said it yesterday, actually, because the character in the game looks like me and it creeps me out just a little bit. I don't know. I'm not. There's something about her face that it's got an uncanny thing in it. It's not her mouth. Her mouth is different, but there's something about her face. And I was like, I'm gonna wear a leather jacket tomorrow. I'm gonna see how creepy I can make this. Circa 99. I has a meeting and Greg won't go to my place. Greg, rude. I hope it's not too bad. Stop by later to see this game, Mag. It's literally fucking incredible. It's so cool. Are you hungry? I'm not hungry. I'm never hungry, but I'm cold. Are you cold? I'm cold. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. Are you hungry? I'm kind of... Me. No. Mayo, do you have a link? Gimme. No. I don't have a wig. I looked. That's I don't have any boring. I don't have just a shoulder length brown hair wig. I know. I have like red wigs, purple wigs, white long Valerian hair wigs. I have all that, but no fucking just brown hair wig. I looked. Darling, this is my first playthrough ever. We started it yesterday and it's fucking incredible. I got telekinesis and I burnt the first burst. Yep. Thank you, Amber. I put little effort into cosplaying. Dude, TikTok has given me some great music. And by that I mean Gluttony has given me great TikToks with great music in it. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? Employee surveys were less than desirable, and now wait. Like... Can they give an employee survey about the meetings? Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Chronicle, exactly. Gonna be fun to voice concerns, then have them noted, and then more than likely promptly ignored. You're welcome. This is Lizzo's new song? Okay, we gotta hear it. Sheesh. God, she's so beautiful. Her skin is like, I just want to peel her body and wear it.
Panic attack. I did the work, it didn't work. That truth, it hurts. That damn, it hurts.
love her. She's a glamazon queen. I think she's really tall, too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she's very tall and plays the flute phenomenally. She's a walking goddess. Like, I think we were gifted and we just don't realize what we've been gifted. That and no issue to them. They're wonderful, but we have a Tucaman team, and they operate at 2 hours ahead of time. Ahead time of us, making our schedules weird. Oh, I totally get that. Totally get that. Is she short? I thought she was tall, but she might wear just insane heels every time I see her, so she just looks really tall. You know what I mean? She's 5'10". That's tall. It's not as tall as me, but that's still really tall. Like, I'm excessive. That's tall as fuck. Right? 5'10" is tall. My old job was horrible. We were all overworked and underpaid. We were working nonstop without overtime. Oh. My manager was great, but everyone above him was awful. They didn't treat us like people. Gross. That's sad. She a tall woman, right? Yeah, 5'10", laughs in 5 foot. Right, I'm saying, like, 5'10's not short. That's tall. I think my sister's about 5'10", 5'11". Yeah, that's... I mean... It's shorter than me, but everyone's shorter than me. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter. That doesn't count. We can't go by that standard. It's not fair. Someday I'm going to get Alchemy on one arm and I'm going to get Vissy on the other. And I'm just going to have them as my like parrot Polly Pocket people. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, I know. It's all the Polly Pocket people. I love them. You're just so... I know you hate it. I know you probably hate when I say that. I'm so jealous of how, like, compact you are all the time. I'm just changing our game category and opening control. And multitasking, sorry. Fatal, thank you. I put a whole leather jacket on for it. Sister Sarah. Sarah, how tall are you? You're about 5'10", right? We were literally just talking about it. Lizzo's 5'10". Dang. You're not short. 5'9" is tall. I think the average height in the US is like 5'7" or something. It's not very tall. We're not a tall-ish country. Just all the other stuff. Call me Polly Pocket, fun size, or snack size. No, I love it. Okay, cool. Okay, as long as you're not fun. I love fun size. Sack size. I always say I'm going to stuff Alchemy into my backpack and steal her forever because she could fit in it. Like, I could just fold her up. Megan! What up, Megan Lenius? It's for the game today. We're playing Control. Have you played this game? It wasn't Tyrese. Oh, shit. It was a model named Tyson Beckford that she cuddles in that video. He looked just like Tyrese. You're not wrong. I completely, like, I got 1 second of it and I was like, that totally looked like him. The fuck? I'm sick foot mentality. I'm like 5'12". If you want to be like legit about, if we want to be literal, you know, like I don't want to like stretch it like we're filling out a basketball card. Like 5'12" is about it. 5'9"-ish. I thought you were taller than that, Sarah. Maybe I'm just the average quote unquote female height is 5'4". Wow. That's super tiny. Oh, I totally would. Like the front riding ones. Oh my God, Alchemy, where your legs and your arms just hang out, but you're like on my chest. Stop it. I totally would. Can we plan to do this at a con? I would die to carry you around in a front bag. Die. Oh my God. 5'5", physically 6'4" mentality. See, I feel like I'm 6 foot with the mentality of like a 4'5" person. Like, I feel like I'm a lot smaller than I am. I don't ever think of myself as large until people are like, oh. And I'm like, oh. I think everyone's my height. Seriously. Like, I don't think everyone's my height. I don't really think about it unless they're taller than me, like significantly. Like, if you run into one of those 6'9" creatures or something, then I'm like, I feel that. Now I get it. Like, I know where we're at. I know how people feel now. But around anybody else, like, I just feel like everybody is the same height as me. It's weird. My dad was small and his brothers were so tall. My dad was only like, my mom said my dad wasn't even 6 foot. She said he was like 5'11" or something. I don't know how we got so big. I'm real tall when I'm sitting down because my torso is insane. Maybe that's why. You're taller than me when we sit down because my torso is not near as long as yours. Petition for Katie to carry us, all of us pocket people in a backpack. Dude, yes. Well, you know, they have the backpack on the back for your baby. They have the front backpack. We could probably get a stroller going. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here for it. I think 5'5" is fairly average too, honestly. Do I look metal? Really? Man, all right. I'm going to go with it. The metal. I'd love a pocket person. I'm just so because I'm mostly legs, I can kind of collapse my body into strange shapes and curl up into small areas, but not near as much as the tiny people. Oh my God. I'm taller. You are taller than both of us. But you're like, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I think we've just hung out too many times now. You know what? I just think of you as my height again. Same with your wife. Like, your neighbor lady is short as hell, but I've hung out too many times. Like, now you're just my height. It's weird how that happens. You know what I mean? The sucky thing about the short is about the short, Katie, about being short is sitting in chairs and feet not reaching the floor, so it cuts off circulation in my legs. That's actually terrible for your legs. I read about that when, like, adjusting your chair that you sit in at your computer desk. That's one thing you want to avoid heavily. I always sit on my legs. See, and I kind of have the opposite problem. I never, like, my legs don't dangle because I'm a giraffe. So I tend to do the terrible, like, this kind of shit in chairs and stuff because otherwise they're, like, under my chair, or it's like sitting in have you ever had to go to the bathroom in an elementary school? Like, you're going to the elementary school for some reason, someone's little kid assembly, and you have to pee, and you go into the little kid's bathroom, and you're like, everything is a foot from the ground. That's how I feel in most of the world. I just feel like everything is a little too low to the ground for me for some reason. And so this is how I, like, compress myself so I don't feel that weirdness. 6'1". Mom said he wasn't, but I don't know. She's getting to that age where she's crazy. Who knows? Mom claims she's 5'7", so who the fuck knows? Yes, I think Dad's like 6'3", 6'4", yeah. Through, like, nurture. Well, you look at all of our cousins on Grandpa's side, and there's definitely tall genes. Like, on my grandpa's brother had, 3 sons, and they all had a bunch of kids, and all their sons are like 6'4". Distant, like, third, fourth cousins. But we've definitely got tall genes in there. They didn't come from our parents. I don't fucking know where they came from. Or our grandparents. They weren't tall at all. You need 3 cases to be minimally accurate about height in the imperial system. 3 cases of, wait, what? A lap goblin. Oh, I like that too. We have a lap as well. Thank you. Thank you, cuteness. We have a lap, front, back. Yep, we've got many spots. I've got lots of leg. Like, honestly, I could strap a person to each leg and probably be fine. Bolt V, it's perfect. Easy. My chair can't go any lower. My feet still don't touch the floor. I can't get my chair to go high enough for my feet to dangle. We're, like, literally the polar opposite. Isn't it crazy? One's not worse than the other. It just sucks either way. You're just like, oh, the world's not built for me. I get this. I sit on my legs all day. People ask why I'm sitting like a child. I do it too. I can't, like, Sarah. Oh my God, Sarah. I saw this TikTok. I think I might have told you about it when we were in London. I saw it a while ago. And it was about ADHD, just like ADHD sitting, how we can't sit still and we're constantly, like, putting our knees up, crossing our legs, putting it, like, on a desk. Like, you just can't sit still. And there's this one really point she doesn't even, it's not, like, emphasized in the TikTok or anything, but there's this point where she's like, and if you're sitting on a couch, you have to hold a pillow on your lap or have your knees up. Otherwise, the top layer is going to float off. And I don't know why that hits so hard home. Like, that's all I say now. I'm like, I can't go somewhere where they won't let me put my leg up or at least cross my legs under a table or something because the top layer is going to float off. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm vibrating and it's just going to be like, blah, blah, blah. Crazy. I don't know. It's weird. Dibs on lap. I have a huge lap. Have you guys not seen how wide my hips are? They're over 40 inches if I measured them. I guarantee it. I have a measuring tape. We could literally figure out how many people could fit on this hip. There's no fighting. It's huge. Have you seen my 75-pound poodle sit on my lap? If that thing can fit, we got room, my dudes. Oh my God, the hand. Sarah, I don't even know. I still don't know what the fuck to do with my hands. Like, right now, I still don't know what to do with my hands. Thank fuck I don't pick my fingernails anymore. In an animal world, a 5'1" individual and a 6'3" one would be 2 different species. Right, Brittany? Isn't that weird? And we're so varied. And it's really, I always wonder why. Like, what, I know, what is it? What's the word? I know, like, physically speaking, anatomically speaking, I know what causes us to grow. In your bones, in your long bones, like your shin bone and your thigh bones and your arm bones, in the middle of the bone somewhere, there's what's called a growth plate. And it's similar to those little fireworks, the little black pill you light on fire, and it's like a snake that grows out of it. And your genetics tell your growth plates when to stop. Sometime. But it's not always in congruence with your parents' height or anything like that. Like, you can be insanely taller than your parents, insanely shorter than your parents, and there's no reason why. There's something with those growth plates that, like mine and my legs didn't stop, but my arms did. I've got fucking, like, reptar arms. But my legs said, nah, we're going to be a giraffe. Can we give her horns? We can't. More leg. But I don't know why. It's fascinating to me why that happens, or why some people hit 5 foot and their growth plate's like, I'm done. Peace, bitch. I don't, like, where does all the energy go? Why did my body have to go the extra mile? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. David, have a beautiful day. Don't work too hard. Wash your hands. Be safe. Uki, be safe. Feed the chickens. I was doing all my pictures, and my wife kept laughing at me about what I was doing with my hands. I mean, honestly, if you're ever taking pictures, best piece of advice is get your hands out of the fucking picture. People will focus on your hands no matter what. Hands are fascinating. I'm convinced my moo fungus stunted my growth. I wonder. But you still have crazy long legs. Like, what's your inseam? You don't have a short inseam, Sarah. Could we alter our DNA to make us grow? I don't think so. I know that some people fuck with taking human growth hormone and shit like that, but I think that's for, like, steroid muscle. Shit. Oh my God, Megan, how was your week with your woman? How has your trip been? How was your little, like, mini-cation? I've just been stalking all your pictures and, like, living vicariously. But how was it? Was it wonderful? I had a kid in my class who would break his growth plates in the middle. What? Who broke them? How? Oh my God, what? Aw, Beck, bless it. It's when your evolutionary genetics feel that you can reach the fruit in the trees. Holy shit, what fruit was I reaching for? What fruit did I need? Humans are weird. They're gross and they're weird and I hate them. Amazing. Good. I'm glad. It looked amazing. Like, I was just, when you're not having a fun time, you live vicariously through your friends. It looked amazing. Like 32. Damn. See, and I'm a 35. That's 32-inch inseam that's extra tall at least, Sarah, right? If not just, tall. 32-inch inseam is not short by any means. I don't think your legs gave up. I think your spine just wanted to be... I think, like, while you were growing, your spine was like, fuck you guys, I can do better. Or something. Because you have a longer neck than I do. And much longer torso than I do. That's spine, right? Do you have extra vertebrae? Do taller people have extra vertebrae? Or are they bigger? I have questions. It's been a while since I've been in school, so I don't remember these things anymore. We need a paleontologist. She's coming to TwitchCon with me. Oh my God, yes. I wish I was going to TwitchCon. I miss it so much. This year was not feasible. But I'm excited for you. Please post more pictures of happiness and smiles. HGH is around muscle growth. The problem most people that are on steroids, HGH, which is human growth hormone, have is their muscles grow faster than their tendons and ligaments. Ooh. So they're more susceptible to tears in those? Oh my God. Oh, nope, don't want to think about that. That hurts everything inside my body hurts when I think nope. No, I mean that totally makes sense because if it's only feeding the muscle, like and the muscle's growing at an accentuated rate for some reason. Accentuated is not the word. Exponentiated rate, you know what I mean? I was made to pick coconuts apparently. Yeah. It's been suggested I have extras. I wonder, our aunt had extra bones. Auntie Lane has extra bones. No coconuts. Not today. Not today. Yes, I love weird animal facts. Absolutely. We learned one the other day. Cheetahs, like the cheetah, the big cat, it's the only big cat that can purr and meow, but they can't roar. Kind of precious. Fun animal fact right back at you. Now feed it. Gimme, gimme. My mom's only 5 foot, and when she went to physical therapy for her back, they told her she had an extra vertebrae. Really? I wonder sometimes. I know I have, like, very mild scoliosis. Not anything to do anything about it. I just, like, when you were a kid and they would take you in that room and bend you over and, like, feel your spine. One time they were like, oh, you have a little bit of a curve, and they wrote it down. And from that moment on, every time they wanted to molest me again, I was like, oh, I already know I have it. And they were like, okay, you can go back to class. I win. I didn't want to be molested. I don't like it. I don't like it. I learned about HGH in my anatomy class, and my teacher said it makes you taller. I was like, yes. And he was like, it's too late for you. Rude. My teachers used to make jokes about that too, though. I remember my my coach slash teacher for multiple classes, he used to make jokes all the time because I used to come late to school because I would stop and get a latte. I would drive my two sisters to school, and like if we were already running late for some reason, like we got stuck behind a school bus or something, we'd just say fuck it and go get coffees. And so we'd show up late with coffee almost every day. And he would make comments like, and Larson over here is a prime example of how caffeine stunts nothing except your brain. He'd say shit like that to me all the time. I think he was an alcoholic. The Arabian horse, that's the one that stepped on my face. An Arabian horse. The Arabian horse has one less lumbar vertebrae and tailbone and one less set of ribs. What? Than all other horse breeds. I wonder why. Because they're not any smaller. Interesting. Maharishi, how are you, love? Good morning. Good time zone. It's why the tail ride's so high. Holy shit. I had no idea. That makes so much sense. That's wild. Arabian horses are absolutely gorgeous. No shade. But an Arabian horse did shatter my jaw and set me back a few emotional years. Fuck them. I'm a big fan of glue. Anyways, I'm gonna pull open this fucking game. I think. Fuck, did I forget to run an ad when I peed? Control. Dude. This is the game. It is so fucking good. It's creepy to me. I guess no one else finds it scary except me. I don't know. I'm a puss, but I find it very scary. So I guess like kind of scary warning. It's loud, but it's really cool. Dude, Beck, I've only played one day of it and I would say yes. I bought it when it was new. Like I bought it full price ages ago. I just was shopping through like my own, little library of games I've never played. And I was like, fuck, man, I gotta play this. I've still never played it and it's spooky season. So why not? That's mind bullets. Thank you. I love you. I have a regular meeting with a customer every Tuesday. We have a meeting today for a separate activity. At the end of the call, I said, see you next Tuesday. I chuckled to myself, but no one else said a word. No one's clever anymore. I would have fucking died. I would have looked at you and done like the ha 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 ha. The fake laugh, like we both recognize what just happened, but I'm not going to lol at you. I would have done that immediately. That's depressing. I'm sorry. You mentioned alcoholism. Do you think drug addiction can be genetically conditioned? Yes. Kind of. I think it's a very heavy mix of nurture and nature. But I do think there is something in our personalities, in our brain chemistry inherently that can be passed down that is what we consider an addicting personality. But I don't know. My dad, my entire family, pretty much, probably 90% of it is either dead or dying from alcohol, something related to alcohol. Everyone. My dad's died of alcohol-related diseases. His dad, everyone. My sister and I don't really drink at all. Like, we have a drink socially once a year, maybe. I've never felt the need to want alcohol. Like, I drank in college. I'm not, like, a fucking teetotaler or anything, but I've never liked it. I never liked the smell. I drank it because it was the thing to have fun in college and shit, but, like, I haven't drank for over a year now because I just don't want, I don't think about it. It's not like, oh, I'm having a hard day, I guess I'll have a drink. It's gross. So, I don't know, like, but you can't, like, I always say it constantly, can't personalize general experience, or you can't generalize personal experience, but it does beg a mild question of, like, my entire family is alcoholics and or has passed from alcoholism, and yet on both sides, maternal and paternal, just rampant. And yet my sister and I, like, probably our biggest, like, vice is too much coffee. Too much caffeine is probably the worst thing we take part in, I would say. Guys, I have a fucking swollen taste bud under my tongue. And every time I talk, it bothers me. So if you see me, like, tonguing the inside of my mouth, I woke up with it. I called him a strawberry when I was a kid. I don't know what anybody else calls him. I have a strawberry under my tongue, and it's killing me. Is there a gene for alcoholism? Abundant evidence indicates that alcoholism is a complex genetic disease, with variations in a large number of genes affecting risks. Some of these genes have been identified, including 2 genes of alcohol metabolism, ADH1B and ALDH2 that have the strongest known effects on the risk for alcoholism. Interesting. So I wonder if that means you metabolize alcohol more efficiently or less efficiently. Which one makes you more apt to be an alcoholic, I wonder. Because I've always felt like, for me personally, I metabolize alcohol in a second. Like, if I have a beer, I drink half of it, I'll start getting a little buzz, but by the time I'm done with the beer, I'm already getting hungover. So I remember in high school, and this is not giving advice or anything, this is just horrible behavior from like, not high school, college. Like, me just figuring out my body and figuring out what was going on. I was like, okay, I know I get, like, hungover before the night's over. I get hungover before I'm done with my drink. Like, I'm starting to get a headache, I'm starting to feel gross and creepy, and I wanna go home. So what I would do is I would binge drink. And I would tell people, I'm like, if I'm drinking, I've gotta start, like, I would order 3 shots and a mixed drink. Knock back the 3 shots and then sip on the mixed drink, because that was the only way I could avoid immediately rolling into a hangover before I even left the bar. And that's not bad. That's not good. Like, none of that is good. It's not avoiding a hangover. But I've wondered, I don't know enough about it. I don't know. I'm not a liver doctor, whatever. I'm not a hepatic specialist. But I've wondered, is it because for some reason I've got some genetic nonsense that makes it so I metabolize alcohol like that? Just so fast that my buzz and my hangover come one after the other really quick. Whereas maybe some people with a really slow metabolism, they take forever to break down those alcohol sugars, so they stay nice and happy, buzzy, drunk for a longer period of time. But I don't know. It's just me thinking about it, because it is weird. I mean, my entire family, I just grew up watching people drink constantly. Every family function, my Nana had a bar built into her house, and she taught me by the age I was 5 how to mix drinks, and I would sit at in her little corner bar, and I would mix my family drinks, and they would give me tips in a tip jar. My sister would be there when she was like 3, she'd sit with me and do it. Like, that is the culture of my family, and I never wanted to join it, and I still, to this day, it just smells gross to me, and it makes me feel like I'm gonna be sick. Same, seriously, Crispy. My metabolism runs crazy fast, so I really don't ever feel drunk. Is that it? It's so weird. I don't know. I mean, maybe if it's both of us happening the same. I mean, it makes sense. Metabolism wise, like, it makes sense that that's what would happen, but I don't know for sure. It's just really weird. I have yet to experience a proper hangover. I wouldn't. Don't put it on the checklist to carry on. Just, like, check it off and pretend. I wouldn't. I've had some wicked hangovers where I really wanted to die. I was like, something's got to be better than this. Like, anything's better than this. I grew up in an Irish family, and I grew up watching all my aunts, uncles, and grandparents getting drunk. Yep, that's our family hard. They're very culturally Irish, pretty fresh off the boat, Irish speaking, like, from Ireland, and they just, like, it is the social crutch. Like, I remember every holiday, my Nana was loaded. She was always loaded. Her and my grandpa, like, did something at the end of their lives to get a bunch of money. I don't know. But she never needed anything. And so all of our Christmases and stuff would be at her house, and we wanted to get Nana something. All my cousins that are my generation, but like 10 years older than me, because I was late on the board, um, would bring her like a gallon of vodka, or like a half gallon, like with the handle on it. Or they'd bring her a fancy bottle of gin. Or I remember when I turned 21, I just got a bunch of bottles of wine from my family. Like, it was weird. It's like, welcome to this, but it never turns out well. Like, almost, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird growing up as a kid because it's just normal. But then when you aren't just going to your family functions and you start going to, like, friends' family functions, or like significant other family functions, you're like, not everyone gets sloppy drunk and ends up in a fist fight in the gravel driveway at the end of Christmas. Did they just hug and kiss? Oh my God. I kind of feel like, Jack Skellington. Like, what's this? What's this? It's covered everywhere. What's this? There's violence in the air. Like, that's what it was weird, but I think everybody has that. Like, I'm sure if you had one of those families that didn't do the drinking thing and you went to someone's family who did, you were like, what in the sin fuck? This is fun. Because I remember bringing friends to my family functions, and they'd be like, your family's fun. I'm like, wait till the end. It gets not fun. I don't like it either. I've never liked the taste of alcohol. There's a couple beers in the world that I've really enjoyed, like Scotch ales, and there's a couple scotches, like Scotch whiskeys, I've really liked, but I don't drink them to get drunk. I have zero tolerance for anything. I have a high metabolism, but man, alcohol gets me fast. Do you get hungover fast, or do you stay drunk for a pretty long time? It takes so much more to get me drunk now than it did in my 20s. I'm sure it's partly the speed at which I drink alcohol and my weight compared to then. It's weird, though, especially since I drink way less often than I did in my 20s. I wonder if you, I mean, I wonder if you build up, like, a tolerance to the alcohol levels or something. Me too. Like, sipping on a scotch or something when it's really cold out, it's snowy, and you're freezing, and you got the scotch, like, warms your throat and your belly. That's more why I'm drinking it. I'm not, like, sitting here like, let's fucking party, let's knock back shots of Lagavulin. But, like, sipping on it just to get that little fuzzy feeling. And I don't, like, scotch and stuff, I mean, you never drink enough. I guess for me, personally, I'm never drinking enough to get fucking hungover from it. In the same vein, Katie, if I eat edibles, I feel them quickly, even if it wasn't made with high-quality weed. Weird. But the effect wears off quickly. See, and my edibles can last a long time in my system. I've woken up stoned a few days past. You stay drunk. Interesting. I wonder, see, and that's weird. What the fuck? It's been so long since I've been drunk, not sure. Ever since I started my Lexapro and Adderall, drinking just gives me headaches. See, and when I got on Lexapro and Adderall, well, I've been on Adderall for many years, but when I got on Lexapro, I read, if you're on an SSRI and you drink alcohol, it tends to tank all of the built-up SSRI in your system. So the next day, after you went on a night of binge drinking, you have to start at basically ground zero with taking your SSRI building up in your system again. And when I read about that, I was like, I don't like alcohol, like, in any way, shape, or form. I've never craved it. I don't like the taste. I have no problem staying the fuck away from that stuff. And if you've been manic, depressed, any of the above, you know the dark place you never want to go back to. And I was like, if there's a chance of me washing out this pill out of my system that I've waited 8 weeks to build up to have its full effect, abso-fucking-lutely not. I wouldn't even cook with sherry at the beginning. Little alcohol, though, I learned is fine. Like having a whiskey. I don't know is it a shot? I don't know the actual measurements, but when you just like a fucking scotch in your glass is like that much, that's not enough. Especially if you've eaten or something. Mold apple cider. Fuck yeah. Apple cider? Oh my god, I need to create a drink called an apple cider. A mold apple cider is delicious. I binged in college and then went pretty dry. My tolerance nosedived. That was me too. I binged hard in college. Like, I remember, I didn't know I was binging, but like we would drink endlessly all Friday night, and then Saturday we would wake up and we would like stumble into the food hall. And on Saturdays and Sundays, they had like brunch. They didn't serve breakfast and lunch in the food halls. It was just like one meal until lunch. But they would have just these huge trays under heat lamps of like cheesy potatoes. And my hungover ass would go over there and just get a huge fucking bowl of it and like shove it into my mouth hole. And then we just start drinking. By noon, we were drinking again. I think the term is rallying. So maybe I didn't quite binge drink, but I fucking rallied every weekend of college for quite some time. And that's not healthy. And then weed was legalized, and I was suddenly like, wow, I don't like alcohol. Throwing up is the worst. Or dry heaving is the Aquarion. Dry heaving. For me personally, oh my god, I'd much rather have something in my body to come out than just sit there and be like, like you're just like choking and your stomach's so tight and you're like, why? Yeah. I hate dry heaving. I no longer drink to get drunk. I just enjoy beer once in a while. Me too. Like, if I'm in Washington State visiting family, I'll get a Boundary Bay Scotch Ale. Or Mac and Jack's. Mac and Jack's is a beer for some reason I really like the taste of. There's a few. I like a Blue Moon. I don't think there's anything in common with those 3 ales, but I like them. But I'm not going to have more than one. One, it's like my appetizer. It's literally like eating a loaf of bread for me. They're so heavy. Beer fills me up so fucking fast. McDonald's hungover is basically what the food hall was. Yeah. It was like cheesy, fried, potato-y things that you would just like load yourself up on all those fats and then you just start drinking again. It was terrible. And then Sunday we would go to Bayou on the Bay for brunch and football, and they had a Bloody Mary bar where they would give you 2 shots of their house infused jalapeno vodka in a glass full of ice and rimmed with like the tomatoey, spicy salt, whatever. And you got to go over to this little bar at a window and put anything you fucking wanted in it. Like 50 pickles. Do you want a spear of 50 pickles? You get to do a spear of 50 pickles. And then we just, like, it was terrible. And it was just, It was like that's what you did. It wasn't a question like, "Oh, is this what we're doing this Sunday?" You just went and did it. And it was nonstop. And then you went dry for Monday through Friday, and then Friday night hit, and it was just like, we used to drink what I now know is a very offensive term for a drink, but Irish car bombs was how I got through college. Because it was a way to knock back immense amounts of alcohol and get drunk very fast, but maintain a drunk and not get hungover. Don't do these things. They're bad for you, and you will gain a lot of weight. I gained like 70 pounds in college. Don't do it. Alcohol is a lot of calories. You know what's 0 calories?
Sir, whose tail is you digging in with that? Show of hands, which piece of tail cousin off of my comment section gonna sit up there and let him dig in your butt with that? Not me, because you're not fixing to line up my chakras with that.
That motherfucking married iguana has 0 calories. Amazing. And if you get the munchies, you can eat like good calories and not empty fucking sugar alcohol calories. Not that calories are everything, but if you're binge drinking like that, you're going to gain weight. I mean, it's just inevitable. It was crazy. I think it's interesting how strong alcohol can make less strong alcohol taste more like juice. Oh my God, like, what is that one? A Long Island iced tea. That is a fucking mystery of science. I don't know how that works. Yes, I love a brewery. In Bellingham, where I went to college, they have a weekend in March, I think it is. Sometime in the spring when it's still really rainy and wet and disgusting outside. But you pay for a ticket and you go into like this fenced-in area and it's like a giant beer garden. But every local brewery on the west side of Washington State comes and has a little station, and you get like a little. I don't even know, what kind of cup did they give you? It was like, like a beer flute, I guess. And you could just go around and drink beer all night. It was all free. Like, you just went to each one and you paid for your ticket to get in, and that was it. You just drank beer all night. It was insane. It was fun, though, because you got to taste a lot of different beers and actually find one you liked. Excuse me. TVRs? What is that? Oh, tequila, vodka, Red Bull. Oof. Yeah. Or I did a lot of, I mean, if it was Friday night, it was Irish car bombs. That's how we always started, because it was fast and it was quick and tasty. And then we would do like the cheapest vodka possible in like 7-Up in an Nalgene bottle. And then we would just walk around campus all night sipping on Nalgene bottles that were half vodka, but it was like Monarch vodka or like, what was the other one? Burnett's. If anybody remembers Burnett's. Burnett's sour apple vodka. I could not. Oh God. I can't even eat a sour apple Jolly Rancher anymore. I can't eat sour apple flavor because of that vodka very specifically. I never knew how common drinking was at family gatherings because my dad's family made a collective decision not to have alcohol be a part of family events after having grown up around my alcoholic grandpa. That's awesome. I feel lucky in a bittersweet kind of way because I never had to see people I was supposed to feel safe around be drunk. That's what it does. That's what it fucks you up as a kid. Sad it's because my dad and aunts all had trauma from it. It is sad, but I mean, that's a step in breaking the trauma cycle, which I think is super important. Like, I remember it's so interesting that you worded it that way, because that's kind of, we were talking about this the other day, and I was saying, when I was a kid, like, my mom didn't drink because my biological dad died of alcohol-related illnesses, and she said the smell of Bud Light on his lips was a never-ending thing. Like, Bud Light and puke was what my dad smelled like, apparently. He died when I was 7, no worries. I don't remember him. But, she was just all alcohol made her sick because of having to live with this guy for so long and take care of him until he died. So she never drank, but my stepdad drank. He would drink on the weekends. And I remember, like, seeing this, like, quiet, kind of shy, goofy 6'4" guy with a mullet and big ears, like, missing teeth. He's just, like, a lovely, warm-hearted redneck. Turn into just kind of a really mean person so quick, under a couple beers. But I wouldn't see the process, because what he would do is he would take the case of beer to the garage, and he would just go out to the garage for a couple hours. So I would see my dad being like, all right, kid, I'm going to be in the shop. Let me know if you need me. Go to the garage. But when he came back to the house, eyes were squinty, like cherry cheeks, and just like swayy, and he'd get mean. Like, he would say things that you would never say otherwise. And I remember watching that as a kid, like a young kid, and registering very early on that, oh, if alcohol's involved, I'm going to have to fend for myself. So I started like plotting, like, how do I protect myself when my parents decide to drink, or if my dad's the only one home and he's drinking. And thank fuck I did. When I was 16, I wrecked my first car driving out in the middle of nowhere to someone's house in the middle of the night. It was idiotic. I didn't know where I was going, and I ended up missing a curve and just fucking rolled my car into an embankment. My mom was across the state working, called my stepdad to come pick me up, drunk, couldn't come get me. Middle of fucking nowhere. I had nobody. Didn't even have cell phone reception. I had to walk a mile from my car with someone else's phone. Thank fuck someone was in my car with me and their phone survived. But, like, he couldn't come get me. And he felt terrible about it. I'm no shame. Like, I remember I called him and he was like, what happened? I was like, I wrecked my car. Please don't yell at me. Just please come get me. And he was like, are you drunk? And I was like, no, I'm not drinking. Like, I wasn't much of a, by the time I had a license, I'd already gotten my party self out. Like, I was expelled when I was 12. I was good. I got it all out earlier. I was like, I just made a mistake. And he was like, all right, I'll be there in 30 minutes. An hour goes by and he just never showed up. And my buddy's standing there like, I gotta go home. Like, my curfew's passed and whatever. And he's like, gotta go. And I was like, do you mind if I call my dad one more time on your phone? I don't know what else to do. Otherwise, I'm just gonna like sleep in my car, which was upside down in a creek, mind you. And he gave me and I call my dad and he goes, yeah, I'm drinking. I can't drive, kid. And I was just like, why didn't that come up on the first call? But I didn't understand alcohol. I was very young, very angry. I don't shame him. Like, it was his weekend off. He shouldn't have to like think his kid's gonna fucking wreck their car in the middle of nowhere. But it was a really scary moment for me. Like, I was only 16 and I was very aware, like, oh, this is the moment I've emotionally been preparing for since I was a fucking little kid. Alcohol is gonna get in the way of me feeling safe. Thank God my buddy was a nice guy and took me home. He got reamed by his parents. He literally drove an extra hour and a half just to get me back to my house. Because, like, the way the house we were going to was the opposite way of the river, and we lived that way of the river. So he had to literally, like, take me back to my house. He drove me home, which was wonderful. But it's like, I think it's really important for kids to have some sort of adult always accessible that is safe feeling all the time. And kids are kids for quite some time. I don't understand why people are like, if you're a teenager, you're not a kid. I still feel like a kid. It didn't end up being like, we were fine. We were wearing seatbelts. I wasn't going too fast. What happened was we were going on every road's a back road in Eastern Washington, but we were going on a back road to someone's house, and it was a curvy road that did like this kind of thing, but it was like cliffs. It wasn't down. It wasn't like cliffs down. It was like things cutting off, so I couldn't see what was coming up. And the guy, my buddy who was in front of me, who drove me home, thank fuck, he was driving this huge like Ford 350 truck that was kicking up a shit ton of dust, and I couldn't see where I was going, and just like went straight off an embankment. Like, I had no idea. It was so scary and so quick, but we were fine. Seatbelts. I was in a Subaru Outback. We were fine. It was just like, you know, what would you do? I was an hour and a half drive from anybody, because that's Eastern Washington. Like, your neighbor is 5 miles away. Like, that's Eastern Washington. Unless you live in a town, that's pretty much it. So there were no people. My cell phone, which crazy though, my cell phone did survive. We were just too panicky to actually find it in the car when we crashed. Like, we were upside down, and I remember looking at the guy in my car whose name was Chad, believe it or not. He wasn't even my friend. I was giving him a ride. His name was Chad. It's hilarious. But I was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay? We were both seatbelted and everything. So we like unseatbelted, fell on the roof of the car, climbed out. But it was right when cell phones first started becoming a thing. It was the tiny ass, the Nokia brick. The brick with the tiny little antenna like that. And it was like navy blue and had Snake, but no texting. I don't think texting existed yet. That phone, when I went back the next day with my dad, we called the cop. The cop came. Were you drinking? No. Got the tow truck to bring it out. My phone was perfectly balanced, like against the roof of my car and the door. No water damage, nothing. It was still on. It was incredible. I miss those Nokia phones. They were the shit. Wisdom of Zelda. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class 11, giving it any swings. I appreciate you so much.
45 months? What the fuck? I love you, thank you.
Home from surgery, how are you feeling? It was more complicated than it should have been, but I'm doing well considering. I am so glad. Are you feeling all right? Do you have good pain meds and you have someone there with you? Me too, Cocky. And Cocky said it the best. I love being that adult. That's why, even though I don't want kids, I want to be that adult for my friends' kids. Like like Scott and Bree are very aware of that. Like all of our friends' kids. Like we're the adults you can call and we're not going to be drunk. What's up? Are you drunk? He's actually drunk right now. I was just telling everyone we've been sober for so long. Do we have to go to? We have to go to a meeting. I'll be right back. Okay. What's up? Okay. Oh, good to know. Thank you. People are working on our neighbor's roof, so the dogs are like, ah, people. I want to be that adult because I think that's important. It doesn't like it's not. I don't think it's fair for parents to be forced to be sober, clean, fucking straight edge all the time just in case their 16-year-old daughter makes a stupid mistake in the middle of nowhere that she had never made before. Like since then I've never I have amazing track record driving cars, knock on wood. I'm a good driver. You know what I mean? It's fucking mind bullets, Kyle. I love you. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's fair for parents to give up every ounce of fun because of that. I think, but there should be a support group of people. Like, that's why I'm all into like your family helping out, communal raising of children. I think there should be other people that are adults that are not just mom and dad who your kids can feel safe to call in an emergency, whether it's feeling unsafe at a creepy party or a boy kidnapped them or they've crashed their car. Like, there should be a safe adult, and I think it's kind of healthy to have more than just mom and dad that your kid trusts and that is a trustworthy person. You know what I mean? And being sober, like, I'm always going to be sober. And weed at best keeps me high for 30 minutes. So I'm always going to be there. You know what I mean? I'm up late at night because I don't have kids. I don't have to, I live a different lifestyle that can be available for other people when they're not available, I guess. I don't know. And I like that. I'd like to be that for somebody. My aunt gets drunk and verbally abuses my cousin. Oh, no. Always try to be there, but oh, that's really sad. Big Berg's with you. I'm glad. Good. I assumed, but I didn't want to assume because assuming makes an ass out of you and me. You know what I mean? But I'm glad. I'm glad you have someone there with you. It's always a good idea to have someone there with you just to make sure you're staying on top of your pain meds. That's really important, Sammy. I'm sure I don't need to tell you. But whenever you first come out of a procedure, you do not wait for pain. Whatever your doctor said, however many you take a day between those hour increments, you take it on that hour increment. Big Burger, if you're listening to me right now, don't let her tell you differently. Stay on your pain meds because you can do more damage than good by allowing yourself to cycle back into the extreme amounts of pain. Also, when pain starts, it can ramp up to a point where you personally can no longer get it under control yourself. With the pain meds you've been provided, you're going to have to go back to the hospital, and nurses are going to have to get it under control with IVs, and then you're going to go back home with the same pain meds. Stay the fuck on top of it. Take them whatever the instructions are, every 4 hours, every 6 hours, you just take them. You do not wait for the pain. Biggest mistake I've ever watched so many people do over and over and over. I can take it. I just want to see how bad it is. Don't. At least for the first week. Stay on top of it. Good. You have alarms set? Oh, I'm so happy. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you. Thank you for doing that. I've watched my mom go through so many knee surgeries and stuff, and my aunts do shoulder surgeries, and they'll take pain meds the first day they're at a surgery, and then they just put them in a cupboard and go back to work. And they're like, it hurts because I went back to work. I'm like, there's no point in trying to logic with you, is there? It's so, you just gotta stay. I hate pain meds. I'm the first person to try to jump off of them. But seriously, it's so much safer to keep yourself calm, keep yourself on the pain meds and out of that cycle of exponentiating pain where it can get so dangerous you gotta go to the ER. My biggest piece of advice when you come out of something like that. That was my pops after a double knee replacement. We had to force him. Yep. My mom, thankfully, she's gotten better about it. When she had her second knee replacement, the pain meds didn't work. So I felt terrible. I mean, she was dying from it, man. It was just, she'd wake up all night long just in excruciating pain. What worked for her, honestly, was THC cream. She got high dose CBD lotion and would just drench her knee in it. Because what was happening was it was the inflammation pushing on the surgery that was causing the pain, not necessarily the surgery itself causing the majority of the pain. So all that, the CBD helped take the inflammation down, which helped her actually sleep at night. It was crazy. Good afternoon. Hi, Siriska. How are you, love? I had my COVID booster, and it's turned me into a potato. Eliza got hers, too. How are you feeling? Eliza said she just got a little sniffly, but that was, and tired, but always tired. So, how can you say? A TikToker I follow said, it takes a village for kids. Where's the village for adults? It's like we have to create our own village. Like all of us are maintaining our own village right now. We're all the mayor of our own village. It doesn't feel fair. Aside from loud St. Patty's Day family parties, the most traumatic and repeated experiences I had with the alcohol stepdad was being 10 to 18 years old. And wow, that's a lot of years. And summoned out of bed at 2 a.m. so that he could sit me down and repeat himself. Oh, God. And telling pointless stories over again and again until the sun came up or he fell asleep in the kitchen chair. He was never violent, so I guess I lucked out. That is nice, but still, that's kind of psychologically volatile. That's a lot to take as a kid. Having someone burst into your room, like not feeling safe in your own bedroom is kind of, that's important, I think. I'm such a bitch for not taking pain meds, same, because I hate them. I hate them so much. The Sam Smith song that's been earworming my TikTok. Oh my God, which one, Pro? I think I've heard it. I think I heard the new one you're talking about, High C Town. Slightly tired, but no issues after that. Good, I'm glad. A fucking men. Word. Unholy. It's so good, isn't it? I think I've heard it on a couple TikToks too. I had a moment while inpatient where I realized I needed to be using my allotted IV pain control because even if I can handle it, I need to be low pain enough to fucking sleep. Thank you. If you're ever going to heal, thank you, Maribun, so much. I need to be low pain enough to fucking sleep if I'm ever going to heal. That is so goddamn important. I could not have said that better myself. That is literally, you will not heal if you can't sleep, eat, and function to heal because you are writhing in pain. It's so important when you're healing like that. That is so fucking valid. Amen to that. I have to leave Sally, but I cannot focus because we love ADD. Do we? Do we love it?
Allow yourself to be penetrated.
I don't love it.
Be penetrated by everything and everyone that is good in this life.
I don't love it. I don't love it. Sleep. The only time your body isn't doing a bunch of other things and can focus on more on healing. Absolutely. That's a lot of the time we put people in a medicated coma in the hospital is because their body is going through such a fucking healing process that we are helping you sleep a lot more than normal. Basically, we're keeping you in a coma. So every fucking resource of your corpse is on healing whatever's happened. Like people that have been in horrific, car accidents where their body's shattered, shit like that. Absolutely. That's half the reason we keep you in a long-term medical coma is just so we can keep you we can keep your pain and everything under control because it's kind of a weird mindset we have where it's like, I'm tough and I can take it. It's either that or it's like I stubbed my toe and I need Dilaudid. Like it's one or the other. I don't know where that middle happened, what happened. Ooh, Rod is good. Let's put it on. I was literally just like blowing time to take a break real quick. Oh, I played this yesterday. This is really good. I played this yesterday. You probably already pieced out, Rod. I'll play it again. It's good. I just want to run an ad real quick, and then we'll jump into control. I wanted to get it out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. Why? Help. Don't stop believing. Come on. I gotta refresh it. YouTube's being fucking weird. It's probably preparing for the influx of Twitch streamers. Hey-o! Why? Oh, there, I got it. Ooh, I got it. No, I got it. I got it. Yes. Okay, break time. Stand up, stretch your dicks, pee your pants, do all the things, pee after self-loving and all the above. I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to go pee and stretch my dicks real quick before we start control. Prepare yourself. This game is wild. Enjoyed Gojira. I think this is one of their new songs. Amazonia. New-ish. When did it come out? Ish? When did it come out? Show me. I don't know. It doesn't say. I think it's newish. I think it's one of their newer songs. But anyways, Gojira is fantastic. If you've never listened to them, I've seen them live on accident twice, and it was the happiest of accidents. Oh, you fixed the toilet? Hell yes. What was the problem, Cake? Did you figure it out? Man, I grew up all on like country and like music similar to Carly Simon. Grew up on a lot of Carly Simon. That, like, Sheryl Crow. I like Sheryl Crow still, but not a huge fan. Not like a die for. I love the You're So Vain. That's a great song. I had to unscrew everything again. It was a lot easier when I didn't flood the bathroom. So it was just something like threaded wrong. That's annoying. I'm sorry, but I'm really glad you fixed it because plumbing is expensive. At least it is in the US. I don't know what it is across the world, but Jesus Christ. Trying to get a plumber it's a death sentence. It can be. Because if it's not something they can immediately get access to, you end up paying for people carving into your walls, tearing pipes out of your floors. It's wild. Threaded wrong and a shit bolt. Boom. I'm so happy that's all it was. Me lips are dry, even though it's raining. Shall we control? Yes. That song's called Amazonia by Gojira. If anybody wants to check it out, Gojira is fucking amazing. I still remember the first time I ever saw them. I had never heard them before. They were opening for In Flames at the Soto in Seattle. And they opened up with, I can't remember the name of the song, but they like were headbanging in unison to this beat that was so thick. And it was just like the crunchiest, deepest metal beat. It was just fucking, oh God. And I just was like, I love them. How? And that was actually, I think I told you guys the story one time long ago when I saw In Flames. It's the only time I've ever seen them live. No, I've seen them twice. Once at Mayhem Festival. It was amazing. They're great live, by the way. But someone in the audience said, I want to suck your dick, like screamed it really loud. And the lead singer like stopped and was like, thank you. That's very flattering, but I am in love with someone right now. In like the Swedish accent I can't imitate. It was so fucking cute. I was like, well, how can I love you even more? You metal fuck. God, it was just like, It was beautiful. Anyways. Control. I'm just moving shit out of my way. Controller for control. Man, how does this happen? Hi, Lizzie. How are you, love? Oh shit! I sent a TikTok to, or not a TikTok. I don't know. I sent something to Glut to show you guys. I just remembered, and Lizzie sent me a funny. I wanted to show you guys. I'll show you real quick before we start the game. They're shorties, but they're funny. How are you, Lizzie? How are you feeling today? Anyone want to paint for me? Oh God, what are you painting, Chucky? Inside or outside? I like painting. It's kind of weird. It's almost like I don't know, like shaving my legs. It's like, organizing how you paint it and doing the strips perfectly and covering it. It's kind of weird. Really? Oh, I would totally do it if I was there. Fuck. If only I hadn't moved, right? I'll be back someday. Someday. All right, this is the one I wanted to show you guys. Hold up. My sister just sent this to me, and I watched it on my break, and I fucking choked to death. It's so funny. Is the sound on? I think so. It's Instagram, so it's again not a platform great for this, but it's funny. It gave me a giggly. You're in pain? No. Boo. From the TikTok? I hope not the TikTok. My brother changed it with a $99 one from Costco. Oh, fucking dude, that's a steal compared to what it would have cost to have a plumber come in. We had a plumber come in and check. Oh, what the plumber? $900, right? And you know what that is? Most plumbers aren't, like most certified plumbers or whatever, they're actually work for the city. So they're forced to charge those things because the city takes such a huge cut. It's kind of gnarly. My dad builds water treatment plants for a living. He like is an underwater welder and does all that shit. And he really wanted to get a city job because it would have been like, he works one of those construction type jobs where like you work a job and when the job's over, you don't have to work anymore. You got to go bid for another job or you have to try to find a new boss or something like that. And so he was constantly traveling all over the state, sometimes even Alaska. And he wanted to get a city job just so he could stay local. And they are really hard to get. But he learned that. He was like, oh, the city takes so much of it. And that's where all that charge comes from. It's kind of crazy. You'd think something like that, if they're paid for by the city, it would be like taxes would sustain. I don't know. That's a stupid thing to assume, right? Not the TikTok. Okay, good. Worrying the hydrocephalus is going to just do permanent brain damage. No. I mean, if you're in like excruciating, like intolerable pain, can you call them in an emergency and get help? Is there anything or are you just fucked? All my muscles hurt from trying to get the fucking bolt off. My ass feels like I did a bazillion squats. Dude, I feel that hard. Yeah, I feel that. You don't even notice it till the next day, and you're like, why don't my thighs work anymore? There was a TikTok that had me laughing so hard at 3 a.m. I was in actual pain. Oh my God, hold on. I got it. Okay. Let me show you the one that my sister sent me, and then we'll watch this one. No, autoplay. Why are you the worst? No. No. Okay. It's so real, though. It hurts my face. Darling, have a wonderful shower. Enjoy yourself. Steam your face. Ugh. I was at the garage smoking and my father ran over a baby bird parking. Oof. Oof. That's rough. That's rough. We had kittens one time and one crawled up in my dad's engine and he cooked it on accident. He felt so bad. I don't think I've ever seen him feel worse. But I mean, accidents happen. It sucks. Yes, I will give you a link. Oh yeah. It's an Instagram video, unfortunately. That's where I saw it. That's where I hang. I get TikToks from friends, but I'm mostly on the other side. So the format sucks, but yes, let me give you a link. Oh yeah, it's too good, right? I just can't. Should we one more time and then we'll watch Lizzie's? Yeah, one more time. The legs. Just watch the legs. This dainty ass leg works fantastic. The cat. I know the cat's like, Daddy, stop it. Why is it? I don't know. That's okay. I gotta show you Lizzie, the horror one Lizzie showed me first because it's just fucking funny. Excuse me, and it's horror themed. Do you guys remember when I went to London? I took a picture of a very strange, like, jawless elephant creature at the Natural History Museum, and I tweeted it. And I don't know if I ever told you about it. I tweeted it, I think with no context, but when it was me, Lizzie, and my little sister, and we were walking around the Nat Hist Museum, just like looking at cool shit, and they had like dioramas of what the animals looked like, having built the skin and everything on top of the skeletons. Then they had the skeleton next to them, and it was this strange pre-hippopotamus, pre-elephant creature that was like as big as like a tapir, but it had like this long nosy face with no jaw. It just had like the most epically hilarious overbite I've ever, and I just started laughing so inappropriately, like gasp laughing in the middle of the museum. And my sister and Lizzie are like, you good? Like, they're like, they keep walking, like freaking out. And I'm like digging my phone out of my backpack, like taking pictures of this fucking like jawless. It was literally Steven. It was Steven. And I couldn't stop. I was choking and dying and my stomach hurt. I was laughing so fucking bad. And Lizzie sent me this morning. And it's a similar idea. This person had the same idea. Not an elephant, a horror themed thing. But fuck, dude. There was no context to it. I was death. It was one of those moments I couldn't stop laughing because I would just look at it again and start laughing hysterically from across the fucking museum. I had to leave the room. I was out of control with this. I have a picture of it somewhere. I'll have to look through my Twitter and find it. That's neither here nor there. Anyways. Why are people so clever? It's so textured, right? Like you can hear it in the toilet bowl. Why can I hear it in the toilet bowl? I know. Darling, I am so sorry. Shall we control? Yeah. Yeah. We've had a good laugh. Let's get into the scary now. Thank you for enjoying those with us. Love having a good cheap laugh first thing in the morning. It's my favorite. Bashful, how are you, love? All right. We started yesterday, and I feet.
Allow yourself to be penetrated. Be penetrated by everything and everyone that is good in this life.
I defeat the first boss yesterday. Sorry. I didn't sleep a lot, so I think my brain's kind of just going into a weird, like, pop mode. Whatever that means.